at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out, watch out, watch out! Oh!
Fatality.
Yo, welcome. Or if you're back again, welcome again. Alright, so last Invincible video had some crazy things in it, but these last few episodes of Invincible have been insane, bro. Every episode that I've watched past episode 2 just completely blew my mind, bro. And I'm basically gonna cover all of the things I've watched, even the brutal fights, bro. So yeah, sit back, you know what I'm saying, get a snack, you feel me, and let's go right into the vid. Okay, wait, so real quick, I would like to acknowledge all of the new subscribers, and I would like to tell y'all thank you, bro. It really means a lot, and I for real actually appreciate it, bro. But yeah, let me stop my rambling and let's get right into the video, for real this time. Okay, so before I even made it to episode 5 of this season, bro, which that episode had the biggest fight ever between Mark and Conquest, I saw my boy Mark actually going through it. Like deadass, this entire season so far, Mark has not caught a single break, actually. And it kind of gets to a point where you feel bad for the dude, dog. And that's how I kind of felt for him in episode 3. In this episode, Mark was still shook up about everything, mainly because of him having to unalive the guy during the Sequid fight situation. But before they even showed Mark in this episode, at the very start, you can see Titan and Machine Head having like a conversation. Machine Head was basically trying to get my boy Titan to run drills for him, bro. And he also wanted Titan to rejoin his team. But it didn't seem like Titan was really taking that offer up, so he basically just decided to leave. After this scene, it then shows Cecil replaying the clip of Mark murking that Sequid dude. And these niggas got that shit on a screen like it's a basketball highlight. Like, come on, man. But yeah, Cecil was basically talking to Donald, and he was basically saying that Mark is turning into Nolan. And yes, I can see how this is bad, but it's one slip up. You low-key have to give him a break because he had to do what he had to do. The situation called for it. But yeah, Donald seemed more worried about Mark than Cecil did, as far as on like a human level. Later on, the Guardians of the Globe are basically discussing if Invincible made the right decision, and Robot genuinely thought that Mark was tweaking. Like, isn't bro supposed to be the smartest one out of all of them? Like, he should literally know that Mark had no option left, bro. Like, literally, if they would have messed up and let a singular Sequid escape, the whole Earth would have gotten taken over. Maybe other planets as well. By the way, during the fight with the Sequid situation, Robot had his own plan going on, so that's why he thought like his plan was better than everybody else's. But Britt made it extremely clear that he doesn't want Robot making his own choices, and if he doesn't do that, he's not going onto the field ever again. Fast forward a bit, and he decides to take a shower, but for some reason he just keeps on coughing, and he ended up falling to the ground. And guess what he coughed up, guys? Guess what this man coughed up? A Sequid, man. Like, honestly, I don't even know why Robot thought his solo plan was gonna work while they were fighting the Sequids, bro. Cause look what happened. You had a Sequid in you the entire time. So this man is just having a stare off with it like, oh, what is happening? And then he starts to try to call for help, but then he can't call for help because he somehow lost his voice. There's just so much going on, bro. But yeah, the Sequid ended up jumping in the air and approaching him, and honestly, I thought it was GG's. I really did. But Monster Girl ended up smushing the Sequid, and not gonna lie, she was mad clutch for that. After that, Robot ended up admitting that Mark was in the right, and he was basically trying to prevent the Sequids from taking over. Later, Mark is finally shown in this episode, and yeah, like I said earlier, he's kind of tweaking out, bro. He then tried to call Adam Eve, but she's also going through her own kind of thing right now, so it's just a bad time overall. Later, Titan is then seen walking with his family, and they were just having regular family time until some random samurai pull up and wanted all the smoke with Titan. So Titan wanted to smoke too, bro, so they started going at it. Eventually, Titan got a hold of bro and really actually started beating the brakes off of this dude, dog. After this, Cecil wanted to link up with Mark to basically tell him that he's a little concerned about Mark's recent behaviors. And Mark pretty much told him that he needs to end these situations fast, cause them sparing these villains and these monsters and all of that, they keep coming back and keep posing as a threat. And honestly, I agree with Mark, bro. If you want to keep the planet safe, you have to do what you have to do. But while Mark and Cecil are having this conversation, Sinclair walks in, bro, and Mark wanted all the smoke with him immediately. And I don't blame him, because Sinclair is a complete tweaker. This man basically does experiments on people. But yeah, Mark told him to leave the room immediately, and he ended up listening. Cecil then said that like he could tell Mark wanted to actually unalive this dude, and then Cecil started giving excuses for Sinclair. Mark didn't want to hear all of that, so he just left. After all of that, Oliver then ends up helping Titan find Mr. Liu, which is the guy that sent the samurai after him. And then while they're doing that, the Flaxons pulled up. Like, bro, what is happening in this episode? The Guardians of the Globe ended up giving the Flaxons just straight belt, and it seemed like their plan was kind of working. Meanwhile, Oliver and Titan's plan kind of backfired fast, because this man Mr. Liu can turn it into a full-on dragon. As soon as that happened, Oliver and Titan tried to dip immediately. After Oliver got better ground, Oliver ended up rocking Mr. Liu in his jaw, which basically sparked off their one-on-one fight. Eventually though, Oliver ended up realizing that he couldn't really keep up with Mr. Liu, which was really bad, so he ended up calling Adam Eve, just to tell her that he needs Mark at the scene immediately. But the thing is, Mark was kind of busy because he was helping the Guardians of the Globe fight the Flaxons. While they were all fighting the Flaxons, Monster Girl and Robot ended up realizing the portal that the Flaxons were coming through. And this was kind of good news, because that meant that they could get to the source of all of the stuff that was happening. So they ended up going into the portal, but things turned bad fast because the portal began to close and they couldn't escape. So that means that they were stuck over there. A few seconds later, Mark gets the call to help Oliver, so he pulled up super quick. When Mark got there, let me tell you, bro, this man got to work immediately, just started beating the brakes out of Mr. Liu, bro. Mr. Liu then ended up just folding, and this man Titan got to celebrating like he put in most of the work. Like, bro, you're a goofy. Mark then ended up finding Titan and got mad immediately because he ended up putting Oliver in extreme danger. And Titan ended up getting punched on too. Like, everybody is literally getting punched on. Oliver then basically begs this man to stop punching him, and he stopped. Fast forward, and Machine Head basically gathered his own Avenger squad, bro. And guess what? Mr. Liu and Titan are both a part of it, and he fooled Titan into bringing Mr. Liu to him. And at the very end of this episode, the biggest surprise happened. I'm gonna let you wait for like 1 second. Bro, you're not gonna believe this. Adam Eve is pregnant, bro. What is even going on in this episode, man? But now we're on to episode 4. This episode opens up with Mark talking to Art, and Mark was saying that when he got into that fight with Titan, he got that same feeling again, a feeling of wanting to basically finish the job. And he was saying that the only reason why he stopped is because Oliver told him to. All of these emotions at once basically made Mark want to give his suit up, because at this point Mark felt that he was turning into Nolan. Art then reassured Mark and told him that you're not turning into him and you had to do what you had to do. Art then convinced Mark to keep the suit, and he gave him a new one. A little bit after this scene, it shows Damien Darkblood and his sister fighting a war in the underworld. Apparently, a woman named Volcanica got sent there, and she's causing straight up havoc in the underworld. And no one can stop her. She's literally the big dog. But low-key, there's two things throwing me off about her character. One, the way she says her own name. Like, look at this real quick.
Against the unyielding will of Volcanica.
Like, bro, why does she low-key says Volcanica, bro? At this point, her new name is Volcanica. And then the second thing, bro, she low-key looks like Heat Blast from Ben 10. I know I'm not tweaking, bro. But anyways, let me get back to what I was talking about. So Volcanica ends up giving Damien's entire army just straight bail. And then she damn near unalived his sister in his face, bro. She is ruthless. After this brutal fight, she then tells Damien to tell the leader of the underworld that she's the new leader now. Damien then ends up taking his sister to the leader of the underworld, and he ends up attempting to heal her. While this was going on, they realized that they need a stronger power to defeat Volcanica. So they decided to summon Omni-Man. But instead of getting Omni-Man, they ended up getting Mark. And Mark was genuinely surprised because he had no idea how he got there. Damien then explains to Mark that they need help immediately because the underworld is being threatened. So Mark basically agreed, but I don't really think he even had a choice anyways, bro. Damien then explains to Mark the process of what basically happens in the underworld. And while this was happening, the leader, which is their king demon, needed a crown from this bottomless pit. So he sent Mark and Damien to retrieve that crown. And by the way, the pit isn't actually bottomless, it's just really deep. Anyways though, they go down that bottomless pit and Mark and Damien are talking again. But for some reason, Damien kept spamming his helmet. His helmet is like retractable, and every time he stopped talking, he put the helmet back on. But then when he kept talking, he takes the helmet off. Like, bro, watch this.
The helmet thing. Every time you talk, it peels off your head and then it comes back when you're done.
Speak more clearly without helmet.
Do you think I can't hear you when you're wearing a helmet?
And then after this, bro, they just go on a rant about the helmet. Like, I don't even know what was happening. And this lasted for like about a minute. They then ended up getting to the bottom of the pit, and it was a monster down there defending the crown. Mark then ends up retrieving the crown and getting up out of there. Mark then gave the underworld leader the crown, and he started getting superpowers immediately. Bro got charged up like Broly. So low-key, I'm thinking when he fights Volcanica, he's gonna give her the straight belt to ass. But bro, I was so wrong. When they pulled up on Volcanica, guess who got packed up first, bro? Him. He literally got baked immediately, bro. Hot and ready. Like, what was even the point of you even charging up, bro? So yeah, you already know Mark had to put in all the work in this fight, and he literally one-tapped her, by the way. She kept spawning back, but Mark just ended up one-tapping her every time again, and then she just ended up folding and leaving. After that, Damien and the leader of the underworld and his sister, which got fully healed, ended up thanking Mark, and they sent Mark home. Later, Adam Eve is basically stressing out because she doesn't know how to tell Mark that she's pregnant, which I don't really blame her for that, but at the same time, it's really big news, and I think that she should tell him. When Mark got home, Oliver and his mom were basically chilling in the living room. His mom then ended up saying that she wants to move in with her new boyfriend, meaning that they were gonna have to leave their current house. Mark kind of felt a way about that, so he just decided to sit outside. Adam Eve then ended up pulling up to the house, and she ended up meeting up with Mark. When she met up with him, she really was going to tell him that she is pregnant, but bro, guess who pulls up at the very end of this episode? Nolan and Alan. And Nolan basically was asking Mark to help him with the war. Like, dang, no hi, no hello. Like, oh, just help us with the war. Like, bro, come on, man. So now we're on to episode 5. This is when stuff really goes down, bro. Like, bro, I'm telling you, so much happens in this episode. So this episode opens up with Alan talking to Adam Eve and Mark talking to Nolan. And honestly, I feel bad for Mark because he thought his dad was gone. Like, literally gone for good. And then his pops pull up and want him to automatically go into a war. Like, that is kind of crazy. But Nolan was telling Mark that he's not the same person anymore and he wants to change. Like, I don't even know how Mark is even supposed to trust that, bro. And then when Mark asks, how can I even trust that? Nolan then responds to him and says, oh, just trust me. Like, bro, there is no way this man just said that, dog. But you know, honestly, I think Mark should give him a chance, bro. That's just what I think, bro. Later in the night of that same day, Nolan then pulls up to apologize to Debbie. But bro, this man does it in the worst way possible, gang. At first, he just walks in the house, no shoes on, just standing there. And I already know Debbie already knows the bullshit this man is going to say. So this whole scene is just so cooked. But yeah, he ended up apologizing and honestly, it started decent. And then it got bad super quick. She confronted him about him calling her a pet, and then he said he loved her, which isn't really gonna fix it immediately, but at least he tried. But then this man cooks himself so bad because she asked him about Oliver's mom, and then he said that he doesn't even care about her anymore. Like, bro, look at this.
You had Oliver with Andressa.
Andressa was a mistake. I didn't know what I was doing. I love you, not her.
Like, gang, I'm not gonna lie. Nolan, please stop talking for your sake and just leave. Eventually, at the end of the argument, she just got super frustrated and started punching on him. She then ended up hurting herself, and not gonna lie, this scream right here says it all, gang. After that, she deadass told this man Nolan just to leave the house, bruh. And he did, bro. In the next scene, you can see Zoe fighting a guy that kind of looks like Bane from Batman. And she ended up smoking this nigga super fast, bro. Fast forward and Alan pulls up and he wants Zoe to help him and Mark and Nolan in the war. Zoe then ended up agreeing, and yeah. It then cuts back to Debbie, and this time Debbie is with Mark, and Mark was asking her what happened with Nolan. A little bit after this, Oliver comes downstairs and he ends up hearing the news about Nolan being at the house. And not gonna lie, Oliver felt some type of way. Cause bro, why are you pulling up to only see Debbie and Mark, bro? It's like this man Nolan completely forgot about Oliver, bro. Low key, hell dad, bro, hell dad. Anyways though, Oliver ends up finding out about the war through Mark, and then he said he wanted to go. Which, I'm not gonna lie, Oliver, this might be too much of a task for you, bro. But Mark really couldn't say no because Oliver just felt some type of way about the whole Nolan situation. So yeah, Oliver and Mark ended up meeting up with Alan and Nolan in the ship, and Nolan was genuinely surprised to see Oliver there. He then said that he didn't want Oliver to even participate in this war, but like I said, since Oliver felt some type of way about him, and he felt bad for not being there for Oliver, he allowed him to stay. While they were in the ship, it ended up getting attacked randomly, bro. Like, deadass, the whole thing blew up into shreds. And then, bro, guess who pulls up? The Viltrumite squad of doom and despair featuring Conquest. Mark was absolutely shook just seeing that this man was still here, bro. But before he could even realize what was happening, one of the Viltrumites, aka Steve Harvey, pulls up on Mark and just grabs him. Oliver then decides to fly straight to Conquest and gets straight up slapped in his face, bro. And low-key, I thought it was over for Oliver. But then Oliver just pulled out his ult out of nowhere and started giving this man combos in his stomach and in his back, bro. Like, low-key, Oliver, I did not know you was like that, gang. But it was short-lived. and Conquest was genuinely going to unalive Oliver, bro. But then Omni-Man pulled up out of nowhere and just punched him. While all of this is going on, Mark and Conquest then decides to have basically a standoff, and they start fighting one-on-one. Oliver then needed to breathe, so Nolan told him to fly to the planet that was below him. But while he was doing that, Conquest was on his back, bro. And just when Conquest was about to finish, bro, Mark pulled up and absolutely rocked Conquest shit, bro. And this is where the brutal fight begins, bro. Just punch after punch after punch, combo after combo, everything, bro. And honestly, at this point, Mark wasn't even throwing any punches. He just had his hands around Conquest's neck, trying to stop him by cutting off the circulation. And there was a few times where Conquest was literally gonna fold, but he just came back and just kept punching on Mark over and over, bro. And he almost had Mark too, but Mark got up and ended up flying around with him. They then smashed back into the ground, and Mark ended up biting Conquest's hand. And not gonna lie, this scene was kind of nasty. While all of this was happening, Oliver and Nolan was looking for Mark and Conquest, and they ended up flying to the direction where the fight was going on. But before they could even get there, Conquest ended up putting his entire hand through the abdomen of Mark. Like, bro, I can't even describe this, man. And mind you, Mark had his hands around Conquest still, but Conquest was not done. He then tries to pull out bro's stomach meat, man. Like, gang, what am I watching? And somehow, Mark was able to still finish Conquest while his stomach meat is literally falling out of his body. No lie, Mark is a real nigga. Mark is a real nigga. He got the job done. But by the time Nolan and Oliver pulled up, Mark was in the worst condition ever. Stomach just busted wide open, gang. And honestly, I hope my boy Mark is doing good, cause this is insane, bro. Like, actually. But this is the end of the video. I will be doing Invincible episodes 6 through 8, which is gonna be the next Invincible video, which probably should drop in like a week or so. So yeah. Also, if you have any suggestions, don't be afraid to ask. Just let me know. You can comment or you can reply to the community post. Anyone's fine by me. And yeah, see you guys.